Vice President Leni Robredo vows former Senator Bongbong Marcos would not get the second highest position in the country despite criticism, impeachment threats, and an election case against her. Robredo says, quote, "Even if our resources are not equal, I will ensure that he won't be able to return to power." Marcos filed an election protest against Robredo and the Liberal Party for supposedly cheating in the 2016 elections. Marcos on Monday paid the first installment of the 66 million peso fee required by the Supreme Court, sitting as the Presidential Electoral Tribunal, for the transfer and recount of ballots. Marcos said friends and supporters pooled resources for the 36 million pesos. Robredo says the Marcoses still haven't returned the ill-gotten wealth they amassed during the Marcos regime. She says, quote, "It's sad that they still owe the country money, and that money is what they are using to return to power." Robredo was ordered to pay 15 million pesos for the precincts she is questioning, but did not settle the amount because her lawyers asked for a postponement until the initial opening of ballots. Her legal team argued this will prove if Marcos's case is sufficient or not. This prompted Marcos to ask the SC to junk Robredo's counter-protest on the basis of non-payment. Top security officials of the Duterte administration fly to the disputed Pag-Asa Island in the West Philippine Sea or South China Sea Friday. Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana, Armed Forces Chief Eduardo Año, and Western Command Chief Raul del Rosario visit the island occupied by Filipino troops and about 100 civilians. Also with them are Army Chief Glorioso Miranda and Air Force Chief Edgar Falorina. The C-130 plane that flew Lorenzana is challenged 4 times by the Chinese base in nearby Subi Reef, but he dismisses it as the new protocol in the area. Subi Reef has been turned into an artificial island. It is less than 20 nautical miles from Pag-Asa Island, and developments there could be seen with the naked eye. Lorenzana also shrugs off a possible diplomatic protest from China over their visit to Pag-Asa. The visit is made 2 weeks after Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte ordered the military to put structures and the Philippine flag in areas claimed by the Philippines in the disputed area. Duterte also said he might raise the Philippine flag on Pag-Asa Island on June 12, the Philippines' Independence Day, but he later backtracked. Still on the West Philippine Sea, a group of Filipino fishermen accuses China's Coast Guard of shooting at their vessel in the disputed waters. The crew of Princess Johan boat says the Chinese Coast Guard fired upon the boat 7 times near a Chinese-occupied section of the Spratlys on March 27. The crew cut the boat's anchor line and fled. There were no casualties during the incident. If confirmed, the incident would be the first hostile episode in nearly a year involving the two countries. The Muntinlupa Regional Trial Court denies the motion to consolidate into one case the 3 drug charges of detained Senator Leila de Lima. Muntinlupa RTC Judge Juanita Guerrero in her decision says the court finds no merit in the consolidation of the 3 aforementioned cases to one court, as the accused in said cases are different and the cases involved different incidents. Guerrero adds the consolidation would lead to a prolonged trial. The case before Guerrero in Branch 204 involves de Lima's former lover and bodyguard, Ronnie Dayan, and former Bureau of Corrections officer in charge, Rafael Ragos. Branch 206 is handling the case against de Lima with former Bureau of Corrections Chief Franklin Bukayo and inmate JB Sebastian as co-accused. Branch 205 is handling the case against de Lima and a certain Jad De Vera, described as a bagman, as her co-accused. The Justice Department wanted all 3 charges against de Lima consolidated and handed by Guerrero, who issued the arrest warrant against the senator. The second visit of the Russian Navy to the Philippines under his administration makes Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte confident he can face security challenges ahead. Duterte, during a tour of the Russian warship, says, quote, "The Russians are with me, so I shall not be afraid." The Russian Navy's visit to the Philippines comes a month before Duterte is set to visit Moscow. Duterte also says he's willing to receive Russia's assistance in helping procure defense equipment. This is Duterte's second time aboard a Russian warship. He also toured the anti-submarine ship Admiral Tributes last January. United States President Donald Trump, who once celebrated Britain's decision to leave the European Union, insists that he wants the bloc to remain strong. Trump on Thursday says, quote, "And it is also in my opinion, in my very strong opinion, important for the United States. We want to see it. We will help it be strong." Trump, predicting that other countries will leave the EU after Britain, rankled European leaders. European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker even responded with a joke he was ready to encourage US independence movements if Trump failed to tone down his Brexit support. But more recently, Trump endorsed the European bloc, which describes itself as a bastion against the nationalistic rivalries that so often tore it apart in wars in past centuries. The turnabout mirrored Trump's changing opinion of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. He previously said NATO was obsolete, but last week he said that was no longer the case.